Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm back on choices and I'm going to be talking about my first two loves. Spoilers, just in case if you haven't played it yourself, you can either on an Android or iPhone because Choices Story You Play is a mobile interactive story game that you could get on your phones. But anyway, spoilers again, because even though I am going to like give you like spoil it for you, I'm not like gonna go chapter by chapter, only because this is the first and only book of chapters that is 100 chapters. Yeah, you heard me. This is 100 chapters, which is why this will be broken into part two. I wanted to try to do the whole book, but I was like, nah, I'm bringing this into part two, even though I'm on um, chapter 69. I decided, yeah, I'm breaking this into two parts. So this is part one. And of course, I'm going to give you my thoughts and then tell you what this is about. So, my first two loves. Your senior year of high school starts tomorrow. Can you work up the courage to tell your childhood crush you're in love with him? I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Okay, so the main character, you can name her whatever you want. I'm going to go with Gina. Anyway, Gina basically has always had a crush on Mason, and you would see this because you would see a whole bunch of flashbacks. You would see a whole bunch of flashbacks to their childhood and things like that. You will also see flashbacks of her mother, who sadly had passed because she was sick and stuff. And so now it's just Gina, her sister Mackenzie, aka Mac, and her dad, Mr. Price, who is a doctor. Which I thought was like, I was like, so that's why he's busy. Because I find it interesting when it comes to like the single fathers on these on like some of pixelberry stories. Like the single father is always busy, like he has a busy job. The only one that wasn't too busy would be high school story. Like even though his job was busy as well, it wasn't like as busy. Like he still had time for his kid and stuff like that. And so I find it interesting that like Dr. Price, um, basically he's a doctor and like, he don't really have that much time for his kids. He's working, he's a doctor, not to mention he has to pay off the bills because, you know, um, Gina's mother, you know, Gina and Mac's mother and his wife, again, she was sick, so they rack up all the bills, so he has to pay for that. Anywho, but with Gina, she has feelings for Mason, and she wants to tell him. However, there's one problem. Mason already has a girlfriend who happens to be Gina's other best friend, and her name is Ava. And then you have a bad boy, Noah, who is a mystery until he opens up to you and things like that. And of course now Gina has to figure out her love because she still likes Mason. However, Noah is has her heart too. And then I want to say when you get further into, I want to say like around chapter 18 and up, that's when you find out that Gina, your main character, whoever you name her, basically you find out, okay, she like three people, because not only do she has feelings for Mason, Noah, and Noah, but she also has feelings for Ava as well, and Ava has feelings for her. So basically, you have a freaking square. Yes, you don't have a love triangle. You have a love square. And I think that's what kind of makes me, I don't like the book. I don't like the story. I don't like my first two loves. That's one of the things I don't like about it. Like, it's a nice story to play. However, I don't like it for the fact that, like, you have too many people and you can't control your character's feelings, like, at all. Like, you can control whether or not, like, she have special moments with them and things like that. Like, I I like Logan. I'm over here talking about Logan. I meant to say Noah. I like Noah. So I'm having her pursue Noah more than like anybody because in Diamond Choices with Ava, shoot, no. Just absolutely not. Cuz I don't know if that like plays a part on like how much feelings she has for her. So I just be like, no, no, because again, like my eye on the prize is Noah and things like that. I mean, Mason is second place, but I didn't really care for the fact that they threw Ava in here. As a matter of fact, I kind of wish they would do what they normally do, which is there's two things they normally do. Either you can have it where Mason or Noah, you can have it where one of them could like be female, like yeah, be like have a female version of Mason or Noah, or like again, I would have preferred it if like again Mason or Noah, like you had a girl version of one of them. Like say if you just want like a boy version, right? You want like you want like Mason to just be a boy where you can have Noah. Again, you can switch it up, have Noah or Nikki, or just have a Nikki in that case, because I just feel like, to me, I was like, okay, this is a whole lot. So she got two best friends that she's in love with. Not only that, but she got this guy another guy that she's in love with. It's like this. It's too many people, in my opinion. I was like, okay, now I get it. I get it. Teenagers, they have different loves. I get it. However, it's like, have y'all ever been a teenager once in your life? Because I remember when I was a teenager, and I didn't have these many people. I didn't have that many feelings for that many people, like, and stuff like that. Like, I get it. You want to explore and things like that, but I'm just saying, I don't think people had too many people on their rosters like that as a teenager. At that, I was like, good lord. And then not only that, but it's like again, it seemed like you were forced to have feelings for all of them, all three of them. Like, and again, I don't like that because I don't like feeling forced. And I know people who probably just want to be with Ava. I know they probably don't like the feel force when it comes um to Noah and Mason and things like that. So I was like, I just don't like that it's forced. I don't like that Ava is forced on like me, and I'm pretty sure that people probably don't like that like Noah and Mason were forced on them. Especially you finally give them a choice that happens to be a girl. You finally give them a choice, and now it's like not only do they have, and then not only that, but they have to watch Ava being in a relationship with Bayla, because Ava is in a relationship with Bayla, and I'm thinking to myself, because again, I'm on chapter 69. I don't know what the future chapters have in store, but I'm hoping that we don't break up a happy home. Now, for those who like who like Ava and want Ava to be the main, like the end game, that's fine. But I was like, for me personally, I don't want I don't want to break up like a little. I don't want to be a homewrecker. Like I don't want my character to be a homewrecker. So I hope that there is like a choice that's like, hey, you can pursue her if you want to, but if you don't want to pursue her, that's okay, type of vibe. That's what I'm hoping, but no one with this story, I don't think so. And what else? I also don't like that these chapters are very short, like straight up short. Like I'm trying to figure out why did y'all make these chapters so freaking short. But then I realized, okay, I see why I made these chapters shorts because again, there are there are like 100 chapters in total. So I can see why they're short chapters, even though I don't like that part. Um, Other than that, it's a nice little story. It is, even though I'm getting sick and tired of the character being indecisive. Like, I get it. I get it. Being young, you're going to be indecisive. You don't know what you want for your life. You don't know, like, whether you want to go to college or not. You don't even know what you want to pursue and things. I get that. I understand that. But this girl is so freaking indecisive. It's not even funny because even when she picks a passion, which is photography, which I was happy about because I enjoy photography as a hobby and things like that. So, like, but when she does pick photography, she's still like, you know, worrying about what people think instead of just following her heart. And I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, like, again, sometimes I be wanting to smack Gina. And I think that's another reason why I'm not really feeling the story. It's the main character. She's just too damn indecisive for me. Again, I can understand my first two loves, sure. But then you have a third character and it's like it's not even my first two loves. It's not my first three loves because now you have three loves practically. Not only that, again, she's one of the characters that is so freaking annoying. And again, most of the main characters I don't really get annoyed with. Like, I'm okay with the main characters. I actually enjoy the main characters. Matter of fact, the main characters be like my favorite characters. However, with with her, she makes it hard to she makes it hard to actually like her. Like, I'm thinking like, God dang, like why is she like this? Um and it just seemed like you don't really get too much character development. Like, with each chapter, it's like, again, she's still indecisive, and it's like she won't be able to make decisions until at the end. That's what that's what I feel like is going to happen. She's not going to make a decision until probably like at the end. Maybe chapter 100, maybe like a chapter closer to 100. But again, she's not going to make a decision now, and I think that's what bothered me the most. It's like, dang, we have to wait until she makes a decision, because even though I know some people this is their favorite story, and I'm glad that this is their favorite story, but for someone who doesn't like too much drama like that, especially one where you have these two guys, because they are fighting over you. It's kind of like a Jacob and Eric moment. It's like Team Mason or Team Noah type of vibes. And then not only that, but then you have a Team Ava. So again, like I said, you have like another person that's going to be involved in this, even though she already had someone and things like that. And our character hasn't even came out like as anything. She doesn't know. She's just curious and stuff like that. It seemed like she's bi curious because she didn't like. There's no moment to. There's no moment where she's like work up the courage to kiss Ava, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to give her a moment to, because again, I actually like Ava with Bela. So again, I'm hoping that like they don't break up. But again, you never know with this one, especially since she is going to be like end game for some people who play this. Um, but the story itself, I feel like that's the only thing I like about like the story itself. And I'm not talking about like the love part. I'm talking about like everything in between the love part. Like again, her trying to figure out what she want. Um, the moments where the moments where she has like a sisterly bond with her sister Mac, I actually enjoyed. I enjoy the moments where she has with her sister and her dad. I really do. I enjoy those more than the love interests um, moments, because I don't know. It's like the one thing Pixelberry knows how to do pretty good, in my opinion, is to have good family moments and stuff like that. So I enjoy that part, especially because um, Gina, she is the golden child, while her sister is the black sheep, and you could tell her dad favors her more than her sister, and that hurts Mac as it should, and it also puts a strain on her and Gina's relationship and things like that. So I think that's the only character development, like the relationship between Gina, her sister, and their father, because their father is always like uh just like very strict. Like he's always very strict and stuff like that. And so like they do have moments. I know there's one big moment where they talking to each other. Like they having like a conversation, and they are sitting down looking at albums, and of course their dad come in and like talks about like their mother, and then of course Gina says like, okay, if mom basically rebelled against her dad and they don't have a good relationship, she basically was telling her dad, well, dad, you're going down the same path like mother's father did, because you're gonna lose two of your kids because you're strict, and you just get on their case each and every time. And so, again, like I said, they're talking it out, and it seems like it's getting better. Like each chapter, it seems like their relationship is getting better, and I like that part. I actually do. I like that there's like a family aspect to this. I also like that there's a little like secret like drama thing that's going on, especially with Mason's father. Um, because Mason's father is the principal of the school that Gina, Ava, Noah, and Mason goes to. It's called East Ridge. East Ridge. I don't know why that was hard for me to say, but yeah, they go to East Ridge, and he's the principal there. However, there's something shady about him, only because he lives in a mansion. Like, yeah, like he lives in a mansion, and not only that, but him and his family, they have like a cabin, but the cabin is more like a mansion as well. And so, and he a principal now. And my thing is, no shade to the principals. No shade to the principals out there. To be honest, I think that like anybody that works in education should be paid a whole lot of money because like you are educating people, whether it's college students or high school students, elementary students, um, pre-K and stuff like that. I think like anybody in the educational system should be highly paid. However, I find it very interesting that him as a principal, he's able to like basically live in mansions and have like just mansions everywhere because that's what his cabin, his winter cabin is. Like even though he says like the ski cabin that they always go to, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's a ski cabin." Nah, baby, that ish looks like a mansion. So, and then he's driving these nice cars and again, it's like there's like a secretive aspect to Mason's father that I'm curious about. Not only that, I also like that Mason and Noah had history. Like, because there was a time, because they tell you that Gina is out of it doing, I want to say, doing like freshman through her junior year. It seemed like she's out of it. Like she, she's doing stuff, but like she's not like too focused. Like she's still getting good grades. She's still a cheerleader. She's just not like when everything's said and done. Like when she's like once she's done with like her with school or like cheer practice, she goes straight home and she focus on like basically family life type of vibe. So so basically not Noah, but Mason, because like again you get Mason's point of view, you get Noah's point of view and Ava's point of view, but just a little bit. You just get a little bit to know the whole story because again, and I think this is the only time that I like when pixelberry do different points of view because we get in the whole picture. Like so with Noah and Mason, we get to know why they don't like each other, like why they have like they have personal vendetta against each other, and it's because Mason and Noah used to be good friends until Noah decided to break into Mason's house to steal from him. And of course, Mason, he wants to know why, because he treated Noah as his friend. Like again, because he even says like in his point of view, he says this is the time where Gina, she's like out of it. She has family situation going on, and he didn't really have like a best friend like that. So when Noah comes into the picture, he's excited to have like a best friend, and so to find out that Noah stole from him, Mason, that hurt Mason. And so from Noah's point of view, first of all, Noah didn't want to steal at all. We find out that the only reason why Noah broke in to Mason's crib is because of his brother Elijah. He basically, persuaded him to do it, even though Mason didn't want to do it. And Mason wasn't the one who was. Basically, Mason wasn't the one who stole. He was actually outside. He was supposed to be the lookout. And again, Mason he just didn't want to do it. But again, he's going along with what his big brother is telling him to do, because his big brother is the one that went in to the house to steal and things like that. And of course, it goes wrong because we end up finding out that we end up finding out that um, Principal Jennings, um, basically Mason's dad basically shoots Noah, and like of course in the hospital Noah is treated differently, especially if you if you decide to make Noah and Mason black and stuff like that, because I know I did. I made everyone black because I just thought it would be interesting. Because of course, automatically, I'm gonna make my character black, but I decided to make Ava, Mason, and Noah black as well. So if you do play um, Mason and Noah black, I do want to say warning with that, trigger warning, because and Pixelberry does warn you as well. They even let you know, like, do you want to skip this part? Which I thought it was cool of them to like say that, like, to be like, hey, if you want to skip this part, you can. I chose not to skip the part. But if you do make Mason and Noah black, they get highly, of course, especially Mason. Mason basically gets tackled by a officer who thinks that he's the guy that basically broke into Principal Jennings' house. When in reality, Mason is the principal's son. So, but of course, because he's black, the cop, being white, he's gonna he's just thinking like, okay, he's black. Let's let's tackle him down, and he gets rough with him. It isn't till the principal comes in and saying, hey, that's my son. And then there's a nurse that was telling the cop, was like, I was trying to tell you that is the principal's son. And of course, he lets him go, but he does the same thing with Noah as well, even though Noah is shot and hurt. And of course, there's a moment where like they are making it hard for Noah to breathe and stuff like that. And that was a moment in itself. So just want to let you know that I don't know what happens if Noah is anything else other than black. Same thing with Mason. I don't know what else happens and stuff like that. But I do know wait, yeah, I actually do know. I don't, because I remember I played it kind of twice a bit. This was back when my sister. I think this was back when my sister was playing it, because I know she liked this story and she was telling me about the story. And so I think the first time I played it without playing Mason and Noah as black, I don't think too much stuff happened. Again, like I said, it isn't until you play Noah and Mason as black, that's when things start to take a turn. But again, it was interesting to see. I felt like Pixelberry handled it well, so I give them props for that. And I also like the fact that because Noah and Mason ends up talking about that time, and it seems like they're making up a little bit, only because both of them, they both have feelings for Gina, and so they could only be friendly as far as they could be, because they both love the same girl. So But like they do end up like talking about it. They do end up being a little bit more friendly to each other and stuff like that. And like I said, again with I want to say because Ava's in the picture, but like I want to say around this time they don't know that Gina and Ava have feelings for each other. Well, kind of feelings for each other. But we know Ava has feelings for Gina, but Gina still doesn't know if she even likes girls and stuff like that. She doesn't know. Again, it also depends on how you play her. How you play her, like if you play her like she does like girls and stuff like that. I know I'm playing her as like she doesn't because it's like we already have Noah and Mason. I'd be damned if y'all put somebody else on my plate. And not to mention, like I said before, I feel like in my eyes, if both of these are my best friends, like Ava and Mason, and they both like were together, I don't care if Ava didn't like Mason or like I don't care if they don't like each other and stuff like that. I still wouldn't want to date them because they dated each other. I was like, no, I don't want no, I want someone new. So again, but I actually like Noah a bit more, mainly because of his personality and his character and stuff like that. Like he may be like a mystery and stuff, but you can see he's like overall a good person. Um, and then not to mention, like with Mason, his only baggage is his dad, and who is the principal, and the principal always keep being on your neck, always keep making you seem like you are not worthy of his son, which I kind of roll my eyes because I feel like the teacher is doing something shady in the first place. So it's like, dude, what? Okay, whatever type of vibe. Um, and then like I said, Ava, she is with Bayla and stuff like that. And you could tell that there's gonna be some issues there because there's a moment where like Ava hugs our character. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, there's a moment where Ava hugs our character, and Bayla gives a look like, And I was like, oh Lord, there's gonna be some drama there. I didn't want to be drama there, but there's going to be some drama there, and stuff like that. And another thing that I didn't like was the fact that there are some moments, not moments, the choices. There are some choices on here that I just can't stand. Now, because I'm all over the place, and I apologize for that, but I'm sorry, but this is literally like 100 chapters long, and so spare spare with me. But no, bear with me, sorry. But yeah, there's a moment where again, like I said, there's a moment when she finally picks up photography because she was a cheerleader at one point, mainly because of her mother. But then when she achieved what she wanted to achieve, she kind of was like, cheerleader ain't for me. So she picks up photography. That's when she realized that photography is where is like, is what she actually wants to do. So, and she is the star pupil, like, the teacher, the photography teacher adores her because she has an eye for this, and she's a natural. And the teacher decides to like tell her like, hey, your picture should be like, display at like this little event that they having. It's like a what they call it, a winter wonderland. Yeah, a winter wonderland event. Um, damn it, what was trying to say? Because there's a reason why I brought this event up. Oh yeah, um, dang it, there's a reason why I brought this event up. I'm so sorry, y'all. Wow. Um, dang it, I don't. I'm trying to figure out why I brought up the event. I think because, like, again, like I said, there's a Winter Wonderland event, and of course, Gina's pictures are going to be like up for auction, and so like oh, okay. I was talking about the option, like the choices that Pixelberry be giving us. Okay, like like when you are getting ready, we're about to get ready for the Winter Wonderland event. Um, Ava and Bayla come to your house, and everyone's like dressed except for like Gina. Like Max, she dressed to the nines. Bayla's dressed to the nines, and even Ava is dressed to the nines. There's an option. I forgot how it goes, but I'm just gonna paraphrase it. It's more like there's only two options. You could go with, um, something along the lines like it say something like, "I didn't expect you to be here," or like to Bayla, it'd be like, "Well, Bayla, I wasn't expecting you to be here." Or there'd be an option where it's like Ava, it's like something about Ava that would make that would probably make Bayla look at Gina like sideways and stuff. And both option makes Bayla and Ava look at you sideways. And I think that's the thing that kind of pisses me off, is because like the choices on here, some of the choices on here, it's like they choose the most corniest options that they could give you. Like they choose the most corniest. Like again, like there be one where it's like Bayla this, Bayla that, and then it's like, okay, why was this even a thing and stuff? So I think that is crazy. And then also, again, another thing is like, again, they try to make it. I want to say they try to make it seem like, how can I put this? They try to make it seem like your character should be uncomfortable with Bayla and Ava being a couple, and it's like that's not uncomfortable for me though. I'm actually glad that Ava has someone, and it's like, I don't know. I guess it gets on my nerves because Gina be having these dialogues, like she be having these moments to herself, but she's like, I should be happy for Ava, but I can't be happy for Ava because I'm sad that I can't have it to myself. And I'm like, bitch, you can't even, like, really? Heifer, you don't even know if you want Mason or Noah. Like, you still gotta choose between these heifers. And you over here talking about you mad because Ava took herself out of, like, the running. I don't blame her. Like, what? Like, again, that's why I said, like, this story makes me not like the main character, because again, the main character is always my favorite character, mainly because not only do we pick out how they look, like what outfit are they going to wear, well, depends on the outfit, but like not only do we pick how they look and then pick out their names and stuff like that. Yeah, but like, yeah, not only do we like pick how they look, but we pick out their name. We create this character that we adore. and things like that. And if anyone is familiar with like being on role playing like websites and stuff like that, you understand like where I'm coming from. This character is like yo little baby. Like even though this even though the story has already been written and stuff like that, it's like you can make your own choices and you could create your own character. And yeah, you can have a little piece of yourself in these stories. So when 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 the main character does do something that you just roll your eyes at, you can't help but to be like, eh, like, wow, like just rolling your eyes at the character because it's like, really, this this is what I have to deal with. It's like again, one of the main reasons why I was like, this is not my favorite book because the main character just be saying and doing some ridiculous stuff that just I'm like, I'm not really caring for. It's not. This isn't my cup of tea. Like overall, even though I do install, wow, sorry about that, but overall, even though I do enjoy, again, like the family moments, the moments where Mason and Noah, I may have put Mason and Noah name together, Nason. That's funny. But even though Mason and Noah, they have their little moments, and of course, the principal, he he kind of shady. Even though there's like things that pique my interest in the story, I can't have I can't help to feel like that everything else that I don't like about it kind of overshadows it. Because again, like I said, you don't really have a choice. You don't really have a say in this. Even though this whole game is called Choices Story You Play, and then of course they say like you have the choice to like play this character any way you want. This is the one book where you actually don't get to play the character the way you want, because if you want to play the character the way you want, I'm pretty sure most people already knew who they was going for. Like I'm pretty sure people already knew that they was either gonna go for Mason, they was either gonna go for Noah, or they was going to go for Ava. Like I'm pretty sure people already knew who they was gonna go for, but they have to put up with the fact that the main character has feelings for like all three people, that it's like, okay, this is going to be a long ride. And that's what this is. It's a long journey, a long, messy journey at that, because again, it's like again, for some of us, we already picked who we want. We already picked who's in game for us. So to sit here and have to like just wait until the end, literally wait until the end, this is kind of torture. This is very torturing, and I'm so glad this is the only story that like Pixelberry does this in, and things like that. Like I understand where they was going for and what story they was trying to make. However, when you give us like choices from the get go, and then it seems like you take it away from us, that's where it's like, yeah, no, that's where you lost me at, boo boo. So yeah, but overall, if you do enjoy the story, I commend it to you, because and I can understand why you would like the story, because it is a good story when you take away from like the aspects that I'm talking about. When you take away from those aspects, it is generally a good story. Like you have a little bit of romance, you have a little bit of drama, teen drama at that. Then you also have a shady adult that I'm very curious about, because again, a principal in a mansion with like a nice ass luxury car, yeah. But overall, also I should talk about like where I left off at. I'm on chapter 69. I left off where Mason basically he invited Gina um and her family and also Noah to their winter cabin to like basically ski with them. And of course, his dad don't like that because his dad can't get along with Noah. You know why? Anyway, and so the principal was like, "Well, I'm gonna invite my own person as well, and you can't, and you ain't got no say in it." Also, I should side note, the principal is very toxic. That's all I have to say. But back to what I was saying. So, so anyway, the principal says that, and Mason, he's kind of looking side, he's kind of thinking like, why his dad say that? Come to find out, his dad invited Ava. So, and what his dad don't realize is that Gina has not only has feelings for Mason and Noah, but she also has a little bit depending on how you play, like depending on like if you did any of the diamond choices with Ava. Like it depends on if you like strengthen their bond, depending on like how much she likes Ava. Even though she does like Ava, again, there's levels to it. So anyway, so they are at the cabin because and they're on winter break. So they at the cabin now, and of course, um, you know, the principal only did this because he want to get on Gina's skin and things like that. So now that the cabin is basically, a full house, some people are sharing a room. And Mason said that like Noah has a guest room. Um, Gina's father and her sister Mac, they have a room, and Gina shares a room with Ava and stuff like that. And then, of course, Gina and Ava, they acting weird. Yeah, they acting weird, even though Ava has a girlfriend. Ava still has feelings for Gina, unfortunately. And Gina, unfortunately, has feelings for Ava. However, if Ava is your end game, it's still gonna be awkward. But it probably won't. It probably will be awkward on Ava's part and not Gina's part. If you understand where I'm coming from that. Also, I'm sorry that I'm sounding congested at this moment. Still in recovery. But yeah, they open the door to find out that the room that they share is a one bedroom room, and of course that's where the chapter ends off. And I found that to be funny because I was like, tell me I ain't never like had sleepovers because again, y'all supposed to be best friends, and again, like they talk about moments where they spend time together. So it's like, tell me y'all ain't never had sleepovers and y'all slept in each other's beds and stuff like that. Okay. And stuff. But I'm assuming because they do have feelings for each other, that's what's complicated things and stuff like that. So either way, I'm trying to make sure that I went over everything because again, like I said, this from chapter 1 to chapter 69. Again, it's just like a roller coaster. Basically, Gina has feelings for Mason. Find out that Mason's dating Ava. Of course, that that breaks her heart. But then she has Noah, and then there's a moment, and of course, there's a moment where Mason and Ava break up because of this whole. Oh, I forgot to tell you how they broke up because Mason, it was Ava's birthday party, I think. No, not birthday party. Ava was just throwing a party and stuff. And and she got drunk. And they were playing, and like she went to go sleep it off. And everyone else was playing a game. It's called, what was it called? I think it was called like Blow Me or something like that. Like a blow a kiss or something. I don't know. It was called something where like each person, basically there would be like someone would have a card, and they would like try to suck on the card. Yeah, they would suck on the card and try to like, I don't know how to explain the game, but basically it's a but basically you take a card, I guess you suck on it, like you try to keep it on your mouth so you could like give it to the next person by mouth. Which I'm gonna be honest, I thought that shit was gross. I was like, ew, people play that game. Like, side note, I know this video is probably long as ever, and I apologize. I really do, but I just think it's nasty as ever. Like, it really is nasty as hell that like people play games like that. Cause I'm thinking like, you don't know what people mouth being. Like, ill, just ill. Anyway, it's Mason and Gina's turn, and of course, I think like one of them accidentally let go of the card. I'm thinking Gina, and they end up kissing, and of course, they break apart, and they run away, and I think Gina runs after Mason. Or Mason runs after Gina. No, Gina runs after Mason because Gina's like, okay, we're going to have to tell. She's like, we're going to have to tell Ava about this. And, of course, Mason's like, he don't know how he feel and stuff like that. And then, of course, before, like, he tells Gina how he really feels about her, Ava, like, comes outside and is like, how could you? And then Mason's like, you know what, we're done type of vibe. And, of course, there's chapters later that Mason basically tells Gina, and there's like an audience around them that he basically broke up with Ava because he wants to be with Gina, and of course Ava doesn't like that and stuff. However, again, what we didn't realize is that Ava is gay. She's like not open yet, but we realize that she's gay because again you see her point of view in this and stuff like that, and you find out that she feels like not only did she lose a best friend, but she also lost someone like she also had a crush on and things like that. So she's taking it pretty hard, but they do end up being friends again. However, again, Ava decided to put herself first, and again, like I said, she's with Bayla. But yeah, but then again, like I said, the whole story is like her going back and forth with Mason. Like she has moments with Mason, then she has moments with Noah. Then you could actually pick for her. Then you could actually pick for her to have moments with whoever is your favorite and stuff like that. And then of course, like I said, end with like Ava and Ava and Gina about to share a bed. So that's what's going on. Overall, from chapter 1 to now I'm on chapter 69. All I have to say is that it's an okay story in my opinion. It's okay. Again, I do like once again, I do like the relationship that Gina has with her family. I do like that Mason and Noah they had a friendship until like it was, you know, until it was ruined, and now they trying to come back, come back to it, even though it's kind of complicated because again, they are in love with the same girl, and then of course again you have something going on with Mason's father because again there's like a secret going on with him that like he he doesn't want people to know, and I feel like he's dealing with some shady things. So overall, I like, besides the romantic drama, I like everything else. It's basically, if you like push the romantic drama aside, I actually enjoyed the story. However, because most majority of the story is the romantic part, it kind of makes it like not enjoyable. Again, like I said, it's more down to the it's more down to like not having the choice to choose yourself. Like not having to be like, okay, no, I fully like Mason, or I fully like Noah, or like I fully like Ava type of vibe. It's more like, oh my goodness, I can't pick, I can't choose until at the end type of vibe. You feel me? So I feel like that this video is probably long enough, and of course I am going to do a part two because again I do think there's something shady going on with the principal, and like I want to get to the bottom of it and tell y'all about it. And again, I just want to thank you for like, if y'all have if y'all are listening to this and y'all continue to listen to this, I want to thank you for listening to this because I know like I was all over the place with this. And so I appreciate y'all. And sorry that my words are not coming out like I want to say. It's probably because I'm still recovering and stuff like that from being like sick and stuff. So I apologize. That like I'm kind of like all over the place. But either way, tell me what how y'all feel about the story in the comments below. Who did y'all pick? Like, were y'all team Noah, team Mason, or team Ava? Like, which one was y'all? And just let me know like what you thought about the story overall, and if you have to explain with spoilers, all you gotta do is just put like spoiler like before write what you have to write, just in case if what you have to say is a spoiler. But like, yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.